All right. Welcome, everybody. Oh my God. Welcome, everybody, to OONAH'S TV. It's me again. I'm here.
Oh no, don't laugh. Hey, oh no.
Sorry. Oh my gosh. It's me again. I'm here. And this time I'm here with my friend, Ugo Baby.
Go
Those of you who know her will know her. She said she doesn't want it. She will forever be Ugo Mama to be to me. Oh my days. All right, so I'm sharing my screen, and this is the very first episode of the OOFF section. OOFF right here. Oh, I'm already having a lot of fun. OOFF is OONAH'S, friends, and family. This is the section where, my friends, my family, people get to talk. This is like, I'm sharing the platform, So this is the very first one, and Miss
Ugo Baby
is right here with me. Oh, now I'm so excited, Okay, so the OOFF comes from, because even she asked me, "Oh, what is OOFF?" Okay, so it's the two O's from my name right here. Okay, so OOFF, OONAH, friends and family, friends/family. A lot of my friends are actually my family, but So there we go. OOFF, episode 1. Yeah, I'm so excited. So moving on. All right, today's beautiful guest is Ugo Baby, aka Ugo Mama Duvike. Me, Ugo Mama, because she's married. And she's talking today about female friendships, which is just like, I'm like, I cannot wait to hear what you have to say, because right now I don't know what she's going to say. Which makes it even more interesting. So I'm listening with everybody else too. All right, so this is the part where we reminisce.
Yes.
Okay, how we met, how we know each other. Where did this, as much as you can remember, okay? About like just 5, 6, 7 minutes, so that we can dive into this female friendships thing.
Yeah.
Right, so go ahead.
So OONAH, I think I met you before you even realized that we had met.
Okay.
So I met you while you were in Madonna. You were still in Madonna Nursery School when I met you.
Uh-huh.
I met you at a birthday party.
Whose birthday party was it?
Bumneke Ekopara.
Where is she? Uguma, your memory.
That's where I met you. And OONAH, but anyway, anyone who meets you cannot forget. It's not possible. You meet OONAH, you can never forget. Even as a child.
Oh my gosh!
I think you were what, 6?
What did I do?
At 5.
What did I do? Which one?
Hey, Waza. In Bumneke's party. I thought I was the Waza queen until I met you. I was like, OONAH takes the cap to be cool.
I remember that party vaguely, I remember.
That was the first time I met you. And then I saw your Madonna graduation picture with Obumneke.
Yes.
Oh, I remember
really
the gray
tight.
gown. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. So that was the first time I set eyes on you. And then fast forward, how many years later? In Alvan Primary School. OONAH, Jaja-Wachuku, Jaja-Wachuku.
You're falling my hand here.
OONAH, everywhere. You hear one loud voice. I think you were in A.
Yes, I was. You were in C.
Yeah, I was in C. You were in A. So I went OONAH. I was like, hey, who is this OONAH again? I saw her. I was like, I know her. I think this was in primary 4.
There's no redemption here.
Any screaming that we hear on the block, we knew OONAH would be involved. And lo and behold, you come out. Nobody could intimidate you. You did not back away from confrontation. I said, hey, what the kiri, OONAH. Fast forward, we met again, JS1, FGGC. Hey, OONAH will be walking up and down the corridors. The same laughter. like a hyena that you still have today.
I made that thing so many times.
You
Hey,
just
Obama has finished me off.
hey, I said,
I'm done.
this
is
honor
like,
again.
You're the worst person to start this thing with. Officially. I didn't know you were going to do this.
I was like,
I'm going to get to you.
this honor again, honor. Oh my goodness! But one thing I really enjoyed, honor. Whenever you walk in, I knew that I was in for fun. Hey, I will just carry a seat and sit down. Mara, that today I will be entertained. I will laugh.
Help! Help!
I would know that I would laugh and I would enjoy myself. I remember the first time that I told my husband, I can hug myself, and I was showing him how to hug. He was just looking at me like, what is wrong with this man? What is happening? I said, I learned it from one of my friends from February. Oh,
Me.
I'm telling you.
It was Easy Nature in Qatar that taught me
I
how
don't know
to
who
do
taught
that.
you, but I know that you taught me.
Hey!
So,
Oh my God.
even though I had years, whenever I just do that, I remember, Ona, I wonder where she is, So it's a good thing to remember you by. So, yeah, that's how we met.
I mean, amazing. Like memories. My own memories is Federal Girls of War was very clear to me, and of course the works layout connection.
Right.
And then obviously ABSU.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
This is Abia State University for people that don't know, people who don't know. And first year university was
Yeah.
Exactly. Just I think that was the last time that I actually saw you and really in the same place together, because since then we haven't been in the same place together.
Same place together, actually.
And thank God for technology that All right, so obviously we've known each other for a very long time.
Very long time.
Nursery school. Can you imagine?
That's
We're
over
now,
30 years.
hitting 40 something. Yeah, 42 this year. I was
41
saying to myself the other day,
this year,
50s on the way, or honor.
Around the corner.
And I'm like, I don't
less
feel 50,
than a decade.
Amazing. Okay, so let's jump in. Ugoma, please tell me. Female friendships. What is it you want?
Friendships, that thing is loaded.
As in, that's what I want. That's when you told me that was the topic. I was like, yes, this is a good one.
It is loaded.
This is a really good. And before you start, let me say, we went to just aware. So girls, right?
Exactly.
The wahala,
Too much. The drama.
The drama. I keep forgetting. It's not just Nigerian people that are gonna watch this. The drama.
Yeah, the drama. Wahala is drama. Problems, issues. So it's very loaded. And for some reason, it's always been a topic that's very dear to me. Maybe because I have 3 girls, but
right. And you have 2 sisters, Abby?
Yes. So, Anna, it's a lot. And I saw it growing up. I saw the bonding, the separation,
right?
The heartbreak. Women break each other's hearts,
right?
Only, there's a lot of pain, and I'm like, wow. And all the backbiting and I'm like, why does it have to be so difficult? And then when you see the close ones, you're like, this is beautiful. Why can't we have more of this? So it's loaded. And I think it's because there's a lot of confusion surrounding it. First of all, the word friend. First of all, that's where the issue starts from. There are people that we call friends that we have no business calling friends.
Okay. That one is a topic on its own.
I think we just grew up throwing the term around loosely and just flippantly, because you think about it, it's one-sided. Right. You're the person's friend, but they're not a
Your
friend to
own
you,
friend, right?
you know. And if you ask them, they'll be like, we're not friends, we're not like that. I mean, well, you're carrying it
Wow.
on your head. My friend, my friend, my friend. But to them, they're just like, "Oh, we're just okay." And, you know, so, and I think it's also the way we approach friendship as well. So we use the term loosely, and then we approach it in a very cavalier way. We don't put much thought behind it,
Right.
like we do with relationships with, you know, women and men.
Right.
When you think about it,
Hey.
you know, really. But
We
so
take
we're
your time.
intentional. Yeah, we're
We take
intentional
our
about
time with
that.
that one more
Yes.
than we take our time with, relating with each other.
And I think we should. I think women should be intentional about their friendships, because if you think about it, men themselves are intentional about their friendships.
Hey, Uguma, that's a bomb right there.
No, think about it, right? Men are very intentional about their friend, who they call a friend. It's we women that are just, my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend. And then when we're in the pits, then we realize, where are these friends? But for the men, when they call someone a friend, that friend is always
That's a
there.
real, I completely agree with you. It's true. It's really true.
So I think first of all, let's define the word friendship. Who is a friend to begin with? Right? And I wrote down something. Oxford Dictionary. I looked at Oxford Dictionary. I looked at dictionary.com. But dictionary.com resonated with me. It said a person who is on good terms with another person, a person who is not hostile.
Hey, not hostile.
that part resonated with me. I'm like, okay, yes, if I call you a friend, then you shouldn't be hostile with me. And that word hostile is really broad, because it can be hostile in deed, hostile in thought, hostile in action, you know.
And different degrees of hostility, because you have
Exactly.
some friends who are just, they're like low key under the radar hostile to you, right?
Yes.
And you can't just like put your hands, and you keep on saying to yourself, am I making too much of a big deal about this thing? Yeah. Then of course you have those who are on the other end of the spectrum who are just like, yeah.
All
Then
up in
those
your
ones who are
face.
in the middle
Are the passive aggressive ones. You don't see them coming. You don't see them going. When they bite, you keep wondering, where? And they're right beside you.
Right.
It's like a mouse biting you. They bite and they blow. Yeah. Those ones are the worst. So, and then female friendships are something that they have the capacity to be beautiful.
Yes.
Because we're nurturers, we're very empathic, you know?
Yes.
And if you think about primary school, Ona, you'll see girls come together. We had groups,
Yes.
right from time.
Little cliques.
Exactly. So think about that. But then you think about the little boys, their own was based on activity. Oh, who can play kick soccer, football?
Yes.
This type of thing. They're always activity based. Ours were more into the bonding, the talking. We like to talk and get into each other. What is going on with your life? And unfortunately, that's what we also use to hurt each other.
Yes.
But for the men, there's just, even little boys, it's just activities that they do. So how are you really going to hurt them unless they intentionally bring you in and share? For us,
Right.
it's the norm for us to bring you in, sit down, we talk, and exactly. So, and then I was thinking, okay, so what makes a good friend? Like why would you call somebody a good friend? So there are many qualities. There are many qualities, really. There's dependability, right? There's trustworthiness. You want somebody who's an encourager, who's loyal, who's truthful. But then there's the balance with that truth.
Right.
Yeah, you have to, as believers, you have to speak the truth in love.
Right.
You cannot tell me you love me and then you can't tell me the truth.
The truth, especially if I'm screwing up.
Exactly. And then you can't be telling me the truth and be mean about it. Your motive is just
right.
To,
those are the hostile ones, those low-key ones that you don't know.
Exactly.
When they hit
like,
you, you're not even sure. Is it them or is it me?
Say it. No, don't say it anyhow. You have to speak in a way that encourages and builds up, not speak to pull me down. What is that? So there's so many, you show up, there's just so many things. But the problem is we are looking for that in friendships, but then we're not that.
Hey. Girl is dropping balls here.
Right? We're looking for that. We're looking for someone who's dependable, someone who can listen, someone who is trustworthy, someone who's got my back when I'm there or not. I heard something, I can't remember where I heard it, but another woman was saying she cut off a friendship because her friend came and told her something that some people were saying while she was there. And that her anger was, why would they feel comfortable to say something like that in your presence?
Exactly.
But I really don't completely agree with that, because Honor, there are people that are hostile, and there are people that are very, very evil, very vindictive. So they will come, they will know, okay, Honor is Ugoma's friend, let me say something in front of Honor about Ugoma, right? And let me just to stir up trouble. And they say what they say, you don't say a word. All you do is get it in and then come and tell me. Is it fair if I cut you off?
There must have been, I'm just speculating, I don't know
I don't know what it was all about, but that was what the woman said.
There might have been other events that, to cut somebody off is a serious thing, and I'm speculating that maybe some other things that happened beforehand, because you don't just lose trust in somebody just like that.
Exactly. So it wasn't just an isolated event, right?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I'm
It
thinking.
wasn't just based on that alone. So there must have been something else.
Unless the person who's cutting off, is a sociopath, so and she's just cutting people off, because you have people like that too. So we really don't know. Yeah. You
do. So you want someone that when people will know that, if you're going to talk to me about Honor, I will ask her, I'm going to ask her, Honor, is this true? Don't tell me and say, please don't ask her. I'll ask if I know that, okay, this is my friend. I'll ask you. If you're an acquaintance, I couldn't be bothered. Why would I take Tylenol for your headache? No. I won't. If you're a co-worker,
yes,
things like that. And then we expect the same thing of our friends. Where the problem lies is where it doesn't balance. Where I'm expecting something from you and you're not meeting that expectation. Now that brings us to expectation.
Right.
We have sometimes very unrealistic expectations of our friends.
Right.
And then these friendships, how do they even get formed? Right? So, like you and I, we met from way back. For some people, they just lose touch and they don't end up being friends. For some people, they grow with that. And then their children fall in line and things like that. And for some people, it's through their parents, through their moms or their dads, and then they just take it on. And some people, it's through school, high school, college, whatever, university, meet, and then they build it up like that. Where I've seen a lot of problems is when, like, classmates, right? Your classmates, you don't have any business calling yourselves friends. And then you begin to call yourselves friends. And then you expect certain things that have not been communicated from each other. That is a major recipe for disaster. It's very true. So I think women, we should be very intentional about our friendships. Very, very intentional. Because, like, how a man will walk up to a woman and say, okay, I want to be this. You ask certain questions. And you'll talk about, oh, this is how I am. I don't do this. I don't expect me to come and cook in your house. Things like that. Women don't do that. We learn along the way. We break each other's hearts. We ghost each other. Like we just, that's ghosting, man. That is a huge one.
Ghosting.
We just ghost each other. And then we snitch and backbite and no. It starts first from intentionality. What do you expect as a friend from me? Why do you want to be my friend? Okay, what are we doing? We've lost touch for over 20 years. What do we do? We're talking now. Are we just talking just to, catch up, and then that's it? You stay in your lane, I stay in my lane, I face my world, you face your world. Or do we want to build something where we can, you know that you can always count on me and I can always count on you? You know what I mean?
Yes, totally.
Can we be friends to and with each other? But we don't do that.
So intentionality is at the heart of the matter.
Yes, that's the foundation. Intentionality. And then we talk about our expectations. What do you expect of me as a friend? Are you that friend that you prefer we talk on the phone, or are you one of the texters?
This is very serious, though, because
serious.
I mean, I have loads of. Let me say, I have a lot of female acquaintances that have few friends.
Yes.
But I've never had that conversation, no. And they've never had it with me either, to be like,
a lot of us have not had it. A lot of us. We go far, fight and all of that, and then make up, and before we even start thinking about those things. It's a conversation that needs to be had because it helps. It makes a lot of difference.
We don't pay, because if you're going to be with a man, right? You talk about all this stuff.
You do.
But you don't talk about this kind of thing with your female friends. And, I think maybe it's the way we're brought up to kind of put an emphasis. I'm just, thinking out loud right now. Put an emphasis on our relationship with the male. And somehow, let the ones with the females just slide on by. It's taken age. I mean, I'm not old, but it's taken,
an experience.
Yes. For me to now realize, okay, these are my friends and I value them. The few ones I call friends, okay, I value them.
Exactly.
The ones that are acquaintances, they're acquaintances. And there's degrees also, even amongst my friends. There's like shallow, the pool, right? There's the shallow end, the middle, and the deep end. And that's how it is with friends. But what you're saying is making me think, because
we're not intentional and we don't share our expectation. So you have a friend that's always texting, Ona, how are you? And you respond, I'm fine. 1 hour later, she will write, how was your day? Now, for some people, they'll be okay with that. For some people, it's exactly. Some people will be like, get on with, like, what? Pick up the phone, like, just pick up the phone. But for her, that is normal. That's how she does her friendship. So you will be irritated, and she would be feeling like, oh,
she'll be hurt.
Exactly.
Yes.
But you guys don't have that understanding. But when you talk, you find out why she's doing what she's doing, and you're like, just pick up the phone, call me. And then she's like, oh, I didn't, you're busy with kids and things, I didn't want to be an imposition, and no, just call me.
Because someone like me, I'm what's the word, let me say sensitive, I don't know, maybe I'm using the wrong word, but anyway, I know like life is very busy for a lot of people, so I'm always like, so I'll be like, well, let me call this friend. I'm like, she might be busy, and that's how I just, so it will now be like, okay, I'm not reaching out, but in my mind, I'm being considerate, but to the other person, I'm being negligent.
Exactly.
This is For me,
Exactly.
see, this conversation for me personally is like, it's really jolting my brain. I'm like, right.
And these things that have come to me from years of just thinking and analyzing about friendship. Because in secondary school, just seeing all that, all the friction between women and amongst women, it used to scare me. And I was like, why would I want to have female friends so that they will do this and do this and do? So I gravitated more towards the guys.
The boys I had, and saying this now, you and I mean, we know each other, right? I have more, let me say I had
Exactly.
more friends who were boys because I found them more
More
straightforward
straightforward.
to
Exactly.
deal with,
Yes.
because the girls, you don't know where they're coming or
Coming
going.
from.
And it's probably even from me, just kind of, I mean, as a teenager, now, I was just all over the place. I wasn't really paying attention to anybody. So it could also have been me, being just not paying attention. Do you get me? So this is so insightful for
Yeah,
me personally.
it's a very deep topic. So it was something that I wanted to avoid, and just women are just no, I don't like. When I met a lot of other girls at the time that were like, no, I don't like girls. I like my prefer boys, and because of things like that.
Right.
And growing now at this age, I've realized why we were like that. It's because we wanted something solid.
Right.
We were craving that.
Yeah.
We wanted something that, okay, you say, this person is my person. Come rain, come shine.
Yes.
And that's where that expectation comes in as well.
Right.
So you have to be on the same page. You have to have the same expectation. I have to know, I can pick up my phone early in the morning and call on her just to run my mouth for 1 minute and crowd. Okay, bye. I'm going. I'll talk to you later. Or Ugoma, I'm calling to vent. Can you imagine? And I'll listen. Oh, it's okay, Anna. It's okay. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. Can we pray about it? I love friends that I can pray with.
That's the one that for me at this stage in my life, friends
I
who
love
are,
friends that I can pray with. Not the ones that'll tell you, Ona, I'll pray about it, and that's all the praying they've done. That's I'll pray about it, is it?
To
Once
me,
you end up
that's
with
low
that's
grade
it.
hostility because
Because you're just taking the information, you're not, And for me, the foundation for me personally for friendship is you have to be a believer.
right.
That doesn't mean that I'm not friends to unbelievers. I am friends to them, but I'm not friends with them.
Guma, you need to write a book, and explain all these things to us, because friends to and friends with, you're making me think now. I'm like,
Because when I think about it, Christ was a friend to everyone, right? He ate with sinners. He did all of that. He associated with them, but what was his intention of associating with them is to point them to God, to point them to himself, to God, right? And so we are called to do the same thing. We as his followers, we're called to do the same thing. So associate with them, that's fine. Be a friend to them. So I have acquaintances that call me, complain, I listen to them, I encourage them, and I tell them I'll be praying about it. I'm showing them something different. Sometimes these are people that haven't associated with me in over 20 years.
Right.
So they're seeing a different Ugoma. They're like, this is not that bubbler Ugoma. Like, praying, what happened?
That phrase is funny. I mean, the label, that's so FGC aware.
FGC aware. Bubblers. But anyway, so and then they're thinking, one friend actually asked me, when did you start becoming so prayerful? What happened? And I was like, life happens.
When life happens to you,
Christ grabbed me.
You look for, you need.
Christ grabbed me. Even as I was running, I couldn't overrun. I would take him. He grabbed me.
Right.
And, I'm happy with it. And so I listen, I'm a friend to them. But that doesn't mean that I will carry my problems and talk, because we're not equally yoked, right? So I will not go and tell them, this is what I'm struggling with, because you're not going to give me a biblical perspective, which is what I need, which is what I want.
Right.
You're going to tell me, no, eye for eye. No, I don't need that. Been there, done that. Didn't help. So, but I have those friends that when it's holding me here,
Right.
I pick up the phone and I'm like, this is what I want to choke the life out of them. And they're like, calm down.
Calm down.
And then they give me scripture after scripture after, and as we're talking, they're praying, may the Lord give you peace in between the conversation, and I'm coming out of it edified. Now, those are people that I'm friends with, but that doesn't mean I won't associate with unbeliever acquaintances or childhood friends, or you come, we talk, and I'll encourage you, and I'll share Christ in my own. Oh yes, God, God said, the Bible said we should do this, and encourage you, and calmly listen, and I'll pray with you, and we hang up, but I'll be there, being a friend to you. But I don't expect you to be a friend to me, because that's yoking is not equal. You know what I mean?
Some people are going to cast you on that one.
How?
Don't even say like whatever,
so that I can respond to you.
Like some people are gonna be like, oh, she feels she's better than us. People think like
how
that.
can
That's not my thought, right?
No, people think like that. I'm not saying that. I am a sinner saved by grace. I struggle every day with sin. As long as I'm in this flesh, I will not attain perfection. I repent every day. Come on now. Sometimes I'm driving, I'm seeing something, I'm like, this nonsense. Hey, look at you, can't even drive. Come on, get out of the way.
Road rage.
I'm so sorry. It happens, But as I'm walking on this journey with Christ, I see my desires gradually being changed. I see my will gradually, but I see it because I know where I'm coming from.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But I will never attain perfection until I get to heaven. It's not going to happen. So Ugo baby might scream at you and tell you, you're mad. And you'll be like, hey, look at her. I thought she said she's...
Yes, there's that too.
Fundamentally, I know that I am saved fundamentally, but as long as, Paul said it now, as long as we're in this flesh, that the good that I want to do, I don't want to do it. The one that I shouldn't do,
is the one that I want to do, yeah.
So if those things struggled before, me, why wouldn't I struggle? That's not an excuse to do all sorts of craziness. But I'm just saying, for those that will be like, you think you're better. I'm not better than you, my sister, my brother. I am not. I am running my own race. It is hard. It's not easy.
Right.
I am learning every day, but better than anyone, far be it from me. For what?
Right. Okay, so that clears that up. And I'm going to just give you like a few of my thoughts. And then, I'd like you to give us something to maybe one or two sentences that kind of like we can take away. Okay. But I'm going to say like this topic that, female friendship and the things you've raised. For me, I'm just thinking, because like Black people, there's this theme going in my head about excellence, right? And related to Black people have so many issues, all over the world. And I feel like as a group of people, if we would strive towards excellence, of which, it is attainable, it's hard, but if we're all kind of like working towards trying to be better people, we would rise up as a people. And this thing you're talking about now, female friendships and the points that you have raised, I think this is such an important part of that, being excellent friends, or acquaintances or whatever, just being intentional. Like you said, the word intentional, actually thinking about, okay, who is this person? Who am I? What do I want? What do they want? Are we able to, is it working? It's not working. Let's talk, whatever, it's such, for me, it's such a, a novel concept with women, and trust me, I will be introspective on
and
this.
It's in all circles. It's in all circles. It doesn't matter if you're secular, if you're religious, if you're a believer, it's all
for
circles.
Everybody. I think it's just
all
wisdom.
Women, we're all looking for that. It doesn't matter where we're coming, we are all looking for that.
Wow. This is amazing, and thank you so much. I'm so glad we had this, and then I shared this. Women, women are in pain, from friendships.
Yes.
Female friendships.
Women, it doesn't matter the age.
They've been
hurt.
hurt.
Doesn't matter the age, yeah.
I'm just thinking now, just I know some of my mom's contemporaries, they don't have friends. Not because they don't know people, but they just think
They're
to
like, I'm better off
themselves.
staying by myself.
Yeah, because of the experiences they've had, interacting with women. I'm like, wow, and then we can also teach our daughters. I mean,
Exactly.
I don't have a daughter. I may have a daughter, but I wouldn't teach. It's a principle I can teach my son, right? And other young women that I encounter.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say, right. So you're gonna give us our takeaway, that little nugget that we're gonna hold on to, and I'm going to recommend. Ugoma, you need to expand this. There's so much you haven't
I
said, and
know
I
it's
noticed.
there's so much.
So
There's so
either I don't
much.
know, podcast, book, your own
I
YouTube channel.
know.
I don't know, and I'm
I
going. You're
know.
coming back again, no?
I will.
You have to come back.
I will. I have to think of another topic. Maybe you will think of one and then,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe related to Igbo-ness or
Oh,
blackness
yeah,
or even the kingdom.
yeah.
There's a lot. There's plenty.
Ibukwenu. Yeah.
All right, so give us your nuggets and then we'll shut this down. Okay, so we don't, because left to me, we'll just be here just
I
sitting
know,
away,
we'll just be here just saying. So intentionality is the big one for me. Be intentional about, people keep saying be intentional about life, be intentional about your friendships. Very important. The other thing, instead of ghosting is very big. Instead of ghosting a friend, please reach out to your friend and,
Right.
don't be afraid of confrontation. Speak it out. One thing that I notice is women, instead of you have an issue with someone, you go and tell it to somebody else, as opposed to hashing it out with the person. Confrontation doesn't have to be hostile.
Right.
It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be aggressive. It doesn't have to be hostile. So I think women should make that, we should be comfortable with doing that, as opposed to taking it to a third party that doesn't know, and then it becomes something else, and it just becomes something that you can't salvage at all. So if we can get that together, I think we would, intentionality and hashing out your issues between yours. I saw two women that did that in Abuja, and I was like, wow, I praised them.
And it worked.
Yes. It did. They started off as co-workers, and they would have issues, and they will to the bathroom. They'll go to the bathroom and they will hash it out and talk. And people admired them for that.
Right.
So there's no point involving a third party, because that's where the problem starts, because the third party will take it and make it their own. And it will be an issue that can never be solved. At the end of the day, you'll be wondering what even happened. What somebody will ask you, what, how, I don't even remember. I just know that this happened, and it just went sour, and that's it. Meanwhile, it was something that could have been, very, very profitable and very beautiful.
Like right now, I'm focusing on friends that I can make money with. I don't want to be talking like we can, be buying property like those are friends that will go and change the world. That's what I'm, like kind of like my because I'm really thinking, as you're talking, I'm like saying to myself, oh no, like your age now with friends of yours, that's what
good.
it is. I want, friends that I can make a difference with.
And I can encourage you.
Yes, because, when you're on this path of trying to change the world, even if it's in a small way, you know this already, like all sorts of obstacles, life becomes even a bit more difficult.
Right.
So yeah, I there are times when I'm like, oh my gosh, what's in the Sam? Hell is going on here. Yeah, but I think I do have good quality relationships. I have a friend that has been ghosting me for like 4, 5 years, just like that.
I don't think there's any woman that doesn't have a friend that has ghosted her.
Just
is
like
a
that.
is a
Like,
horrible thing.
if you tell me what
Horrible.
the issue now is, now if you ask me, Anna, what is that? Like, I really don't, because I've cracked my skull. And I'm
You
like, I
see?
don't have, because we did. There was no quarrel,
Mm-hmm.
no disagreements. I mean, just it was good on my side,
On your side. Mm-hmm.
but obviously on her side,
On
there
her,
was a problem.
exactly. Exactly. That's why that communication and understanding each other. We don't do that. Like we just I couldn't be bothered. Whatever. No, it's not whatever. It's hurting us inside.
Hmm.
You know. So we need to be
So
sincere to ourselves.
our word for this intentionality,
Yep.
and then expectations, right? You said
Yes.
articulating your
Expectations.
expectations
Yes.
to each
Yes.
other.
Mm-hmm.
Those two things,
Mm-hmm.
intentionality, articulating your expectations,
Expectation, and that falls under communication and
communication.
understanding each other, because you have to communicate and understand. If you communicate and there's no understanding, then it's lost in transition,
Right,
right? Yeah.
right. Amazing. I'm so this for me personally, this has been very enriching and impactful.
Great.
Yes. And I believe, by the time, start putting this out and more people, I think it will help. Because this is the kind of thing you listen to, and if you make it actionable, you actually go out and do what you listen to,
Mm-hmm.
you will see like a change, in a positive change
A
in
positive change, right?
your relationships with women.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
it's so important.
Mm-hmm. And it's
Oh,
not going to be easy. Nothing
no,
good
it's
comes
not
easy,
easy.
right? Yeah. So
Yes, it's in fact, the shake up, right? So you shake up a lot of things, and
exactly.
friends will now go
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and be
Mm-hmm.
gone.
Yeah.
And then
But those that are for you will
will
stay.
now stay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
wheat and the chaff. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Come on, do you remember picking rice? Did you
You
ever pick
know, the
rice?
stones and
Where you flip it like this
exactly.
and blow.
And blow. Yep. The chaff. Because we used to have it with the chaff back
Yes,
then.
back in the day. Yes.
Yes.
Not now where
Not now where everything is. Yeah. It's the same thing with the beans as well.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh wow. All right. So I think, do you have anything else to say before we sign off?
Nope. I think we've said it. We've said it all.
So you need to write a book or something.
I know. I know. I
Podcast.
know. I know. I know. I know.
Get this out there. I know there's so much more than
There
this.
is. There is.
All right. So bye bye everybody.
Bye.
All right. So let me see.